How y'all doing? Getting up on the roof of my shop here. I'm have to do a little painting on the roof. It's put some plastic rubberized paint on this roof. This is the roof of my shop. I very wisely chose to get up on the roof here and work on it while absolutely nobody else is even on the farm. My family's away for a few days and nobody's here and ain't likely to show up for a while. So perfect time to go up on the roof and do some repairs. But this is the roof of my shop here, and got this white rubberized coating to put on. Always have to do this in the fall before the winter comes, because if there's any little leaks that we've noticed during the summer rains, what'll happen is you'll get some snow or ice on the roof here, and we have the heat on inside, it'll melt and run down, but it'll make an ice dam right across the back edge. And what I did one time, I had the stovepipe running all the way underneath that back eaves there to keep it melted, but the waste oil burner furnace I have has such a hot exhaust, it kept destroying the pipe, and I would have had to put stainless pipe on it. That was cost prohibitive. So anyway, it'll make an ice dam on the back edge, and water will back up onto the roof here, and it'll just pour in like a faucet. So I gotta coat wherever the leaks were, and it's been working the last few years. So, and I see over on the old shed over here, definitely needs some. Got a piece of tin folded back there, and got some tin up there. I gotta put some screws in to hold her down. I gotta get up there. I might wait till the family gets back for that, but I've had a couple of sunny days and it was warm. I want to take advantage of that, let this coating dry good. This is my other shop over here. This little shop, I bought that used. I got this little plank bridge to go across there if I need to paint anything over there. I got this is the old Butler building from years ago. There's a local farm family who shall remain nameless, but if they're watching this video, they'll know who they are. Had bought this, and the two young men in the family said that they weren't smart enough to put it up, and it sat around for, that was their words, not mine. I think they're plenty capable of doing it. It sat around for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years at least, just in a pile, and we bought it from them at, I don't know, not too expensive a price, and put it up. And it's been a nice shop. But then when I needed some more room, I found out that down the road a ways in a place called Shady Side, there was an old like airplane hangar for small single engine airplanes down there. The wind is probably playing havoc with this. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to cover up the microphone. Hopefully it won't mess up the sound too bad. But I had heard that they were tearing down this little airplane hangar, and we went down there, and because they wanted, anybody that wanted to take any of it could just go down there and get it. It would save them trouble of tearing it down. So we got all this roofing and all the side tin and the framework, all the walls of this shop, my shop, the new shop here, were just the sliding doors all up and down because the whole sides of the airplane hangar were just sliding doors. We just took a bunch of sliding doors, left them on the framework, and brought them, and we just set them up and used them as walls. And inside, I guess it was some laminated wood. I call them wood I-beams. It's laminated beams for the rafters. A friend of mine, we had worked on his tractor way back. Had them left over from a job. He worked construction, and they were free. And you can see that I-beam up there runs from one end to the other, right down the middle, leaning on two telephone poles. Why am I talking like an old man? I don't know. Anyway, I welded it. I had two I-beams, and I had to weld them together. You can kind of see the one of the seams there. Welded them. I made a little archway. Had not structural engineers, but fellas that build tell me I needed to put a center post in there. It would never hold. But like I said, I engineered a little teeny bit of an arch in it when I welded it together, a couple inches. I've never had any difficulty with it holding whatever. Anyway. The only thing I paid for on this shop was a few screws and concrete, and put the electric in there. So it wasn't too bad. Because poor boys like me, that's the only way we can afford a shop. At least I was poor back in. Monetarily. Still ain't what you consider a rich feller. Anyhow, this is the view from the roof of my shop in lovely downtown Davidsonville, Maryland. Anyway, yep, I better get to work before I get too tired and fall off or something. Anyway, like I say, this is of little interest to anybody, I'm sure. And as I've said before, but you're still watching. Let me get to work. Got to fix my disc bind. Ain't really disc bind. I just call it my hay cutter, my disc hay cutter. It's a nice machine, but it's metal fatigue is starting to take its toll. Cracking and stuff. It's time to patch it up and give it a new address. Find me another one. Find me another one. Well, just about got this cutter patched up. Welded up the crack in that piece, getting ready to bolt that back on. I had to tighten up these bolts here, and I assume since they were loose that the gear grease that's supposed to be inside there, most of it leaked out. So I put some silicone in there and tightened up on these bolts, try to close that gap up, and then I'll patch this thing back on there and bolt this on. And that piece that broke there, I can't find where it's sitting. My daughter found it sitting out in the field, but I can't find it. So I guess I'll have to make another piece, and then as soon as I finish making that piece, I'll find this one. But if that's what I got to do to find it, I guess that's what I'll do. This is the ugly side of farming. Just patching up to make do to finish out the season. Not fixing things really right. Just patching it up to get through. But that's what you got to do. Could be worse. I'm blessed. If I could just find that piece. I know I tossed it somewhere where I know where it would be. I remember doing it, I just don't remember. Well, I've looked where I thought I had thrown it, and I can't find it, but it'll turn up. I lost one of these bolts. It was gone. I don't think I have any more. I might have some, but I don't know where they are right now. So I had to kind of machine another bolt, the head of it down to countersink down into there. So it's a little bit larger bolt, larger nuts to hold it on. So anyway, We're working on it. We'll get him. Guys, we got an exciting new development. Well, I don't know about how exciting it is, but that piece I was missing. Let me go back here. See that jagged edge, a piece there is broke off, and it's supposed to bolt on to this other piece back here. And I couldn't find it. Here it is. We now found it. Look at how them bolt holes got all manipulated. I gotta weld them up and get it to where I can bolt that thing back on there, and then do a little grinding on that edge and weld that back on. Then I can go cut hay. But yeah, it goes right on down there. Like this. Yep. Whew. I remember where I threw it. Well, I didn't remember where I threw it. Because I knew when my daughter handed it to me, I threw it in front of a building. And I thought it was the shops up there, but it was the Hall of Shame building, because I went up there for something else. And I'd been praying that the Lord would show me where it was. And sure enough, I went up there for something else, and lo and behold, there it was. So I'll fix that tomorrow. Because today's Sunday, it's the Lord's Day, day of rest. I'm gonna be arrested. But anyhow, I'll get her welded up, and as soon as I hear of a stretch of good weather coming, we'll knock some hay down. That'll be, see, I'm on my third cutting. I think I can get a fourth cutting. If we hadn't had that little drought, I would have had a fifth, but I have settled for 4. It'll be all right. Anyhow, we'll catch you later. This is the end of this video, unless I think of some other dumb thing to put on there. I usually do. But anyway, there you go. See ya.